What if everything you've been taught about money was wrong? We grow up hearing, study hard, get good grades, find a safe job, buy a house, save for retirement. But what if that safe path is actually a trap? A rat race designed to keep you working for others your entire life. Robert Kiyosaki had two fathers. One highly educated, respected, but broke. The other never finished school, but became rich and free. From these two dads, he learned the hidden rules of money. Today, in this full audiobook-style summary of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, we'll uncover every key lesson, every story, every turning point. By the end, you'll know how to break free from financial struggle and start thinking like the rich. Chapter 1, Two Fathers, Two Mindsets. Robert grew up in Hawaii with two dads. Poor dad, his real father, a PhD, smart, hardworking, believed in school and safe jobs. He said, study hard, get good grades, find a secure job. Rich dad, his best friend's father, didn't finish 8th grade, but became a wealthy businessman. He believed in entrepreneurship, investing, and making money work for you. Both men were hardworking, intelligent, and influential, but one died leaving bills, the other died leaving millions. This contrast forced Robert to ask, which advice should I follow? That single question changed his life.
Chapter 2, The Rat Race. Rich Dad explained life like this. A child goes to school, graduates, gets a job. At first, the paycheck feels exciting. Soon, credit cards arrive. Then come expenses, a house, car, family. The more money they earn, the more they spend. And because they spend more, they pay more taxes, take on more debt, and need to work even harder. They're trapped in what Rich Dad called the rat race. Say with firm, powerful, assuring. Robert realized even highly educated people, doctors, lawyers, even accountants, often spend their entire lives in this cycle. They know how to earn, but not how to manage or grow money. At Lesson 1, the rich don't work for money. At 9 years old, Robert asked Rich Dad, "Can you teach me how to get rich?" His training began with a simple job, working for 10 cents an hour. Robert hated it. He felt exploited. But that was the point.
Rich Dad taught, most people spend their lives working for money. They let fear of being broke drive them to a paycheck. Then greed drives them to spend it all. Stop working for money. Start making money work for you. Instead of trading time for money, the rich focus on acquiring assets, things that generate income like rental properties, businesses, or investments. The poor and middle class, they chase bigger paychecks, only to spend more, sink into debt, and stay stuck. Here's the shocking truth. It's not how much you earn, it's how much you keep. Poor Dad said, "Our home is our greatest asset." Rich Dad disagreed. A house is a liability. Why? Because every month it takes money from you. Mortgage, maintenance, taxes, instead of putting money in your pocket. Assets put money in your pocket. Liabilities take money out. The rich focus on building their asset column first. The poor collect liabilities they think are assets. Expensive cars, fancy houses, credit card debt. This is why financial literacy matters. Without it, even high-income earners end up broke. With it, even average earners can become wealthy. Lesson 3. Mind your own business. Most people spend their entire lives working for other people, for their employer, for the government through taxes, for the banks through mortgages and loans. Rich Dad's advice? Mind your own business. This doesn't mean quit your job tomorrow. It means while you work at your job, start building your own assets on the side. That could be real estate, stocks, small businesses, intellectual property, anything that earns without you trading hours for dollars. Robert's poor dad focused on job security. Rich dad focused on financial freedom. One built a resume, the other built assets. Which one sounds smarter? Lesson 4. The history of taxes and the power of corporations. Here's a painful truth. Taxes were originally created to target the rich, but today, the middle class carries the heaviest burden. Why? Because the rich use corporations, legal entities that give them massive advantages. For employees, you earn, you pay taxes, then you spend what's left. For corporations, they earn, they spend on expenses, they pay taxes only on what's left. This flips the script. The rich legally protect their wealth while the middle class struggles. Rich Dad insisted, learn the game. Don't complain about it. Opportunities are everywhere, but most people don't see them because fear blinds them. Poor Dad would say, I can't afford it. Rich Dad would ask, how can I afford it? That single change forces your brain to think, to invent, to find opportunities. The rich don't wait for luck. They create deals, find investments, take calculated risks. They invent money by seeing what others don't. Robert saw that wealth isn't about resources. It's about resourcefulness. Lesson 6. Work to learn, don't work for money. Poor Dad believed in specialization. Become a doctor, lawyer, professor, and climb the ladder. Rich Dad believed in diversification of skills. He told Robert, don't work to earn, work to learn. The rich focus on developing skills like sales, marketing, investing, communication, leadership. Each skill multiplies opportunities. Instead of asking, how much does this job pay? Ask, what can I learn from this job? Because in the long run, knowledge compounds far more than money. By his 30s, Robert realized the biggest difference between his two dads. Poor Dad thought working harder and earning more would solve money problems. Rich Dad knew financial education, assets, and mindset were the real solution. The poor say money doesn't matter. The rich say money is power. The poor say I can afford it. The rich ask how can I afford it? The poor work for money. The rich make money work for them. And here's the truth. Anyone can learn this. You don't need to be born wealthy. You just need to change the way you think. This was Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, a book that has changed millions of lives. If you want more life-changing ideas, subscribe to Next Chapter Idea. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we dive deep into the world's most powerful books, turning them into stories and lessons you can use to transform your future. Because the next chapter could be the one that changes everything.